want to save more than 50% on your feed costs and still boost your chickens' nutrition and their immune systems? Today, I'm going to share with you how I do just that. Hi, I'm Susan, and I'd like to welcome you back to the Homestead. If this is your first time on the channel, we're all about simple living, DIY projects, and sustainable homesteading. So please join us as we embrace the journey toward a more self-sufficient lifestyle. Now, anyone that has animals knows that feed costs can add up. So I think a saving of 50% or more is definitely something worth considering. How do I do this? Well, it's simple. I ferment my chicken feed. Why do I do this? Well, for starters, fermenting your chicken feed is incredibly beneficial for your birds' health. It's like giving them probiotics. It boosts their immune system and makes their feed more digestible. And then everyone reaps the benefits. You have healthier chickens, laying healthier eggs for you and your family. During fermentation, nothing is wasted. So all that powdery stuff that you sometimes get in the bottom of your feed bags, well, that gets fermented as well. And instantly, that gives you more feed and more nutrients per bag available to you and your chickens. And the financial benefits are huge. Look, to give you some idea, for my chickens, I buy one 20-kilogram bag of whole wheat berries for $24, one 20-kilo bag of whole maize or corn, also for $24, and finally a 20-kilo bag of mixed poultry grains for $27. That adds up to $75 for 60 kilos of dry feed. Now, I have a small flock. They get kitchen scraps and they also free range. And on top of that, I feed them 1.5 kilos per day of grains. And if you remember, I started with 60 kilos. So if I'm feeding them 1.5 kilo per day dry, that would give me 40 days feed. So every 40 days, I would have to spend another $75 to replenish that feed. Every 40 days. So that's 9 times a year, and it adds up to $675 per year. Or you can ferment. So every day, instead of removing 1.5 kilo from my original 60 kilos that I started with, I'm actually taking out 700 grams, which is clearly a lot less. Fermentation also increases the volume of the feed significantly. So you ferment it for between 4 to 7 days, during which time it should double, if not more than double, in volume. So my chickens are still getting 1.5 kilos or more per day, but I'm only removing 700 grams, not 1.5 kilos from the feed bins. So that 60 kilos that I started with, instead of running out every 40 days, is now going to last me for 85 days. So every 85 days, I spend $75 to replenish their feed, and that's a little over 4 times a year, and that will add up to $315 a year, which to me sounds a whole lot better than $675. So now we're done covering the health benefits and the financial benefits. Let's see how we do this. I've already put the grains in the jar, and we simply have to cover them with non-chlorinated water. The ratio is 1 part grain to 2 parts water. Now we need to pop a lid on to allow fermentation to begin, but put it on loosely as the process will create gases, and those gases need to be able to escape. Give it a shake. If chlorinated water is your only option, let it sit uncovered in a bucket or a container for a day or two so the chlorine can evaporate. Every day, you give it another shake or a good mix-up. Make sure the grains are still covered with water. Top it up with more if you need to. In summer, the fermentation takes 3 to 4 days. At the moment where I am, it's winter. We were having snow last week. And because I do my fermenting outside, it's currently taking me 5 to 7 days. If you want a faster fermentation turnaround during winter, there's no reason why you can't do it inside. When it's time to feed my chickens, I just tip it out onto the ground. It encourages foraging, and everyone can find their own space without fighting for a spot around a pan or a feeder. Every day I feed them a jar, and I just make up a new jar. Your chickens will go absolutely crazy over this stuff. I hope you have found it helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.